Alright, this is Bomax Hoodsmite, and guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? And a lot of people are gonna complain about me because in school I'm kind of grumpy, and that's because I spend my time doing RCs instead of homework, which I can always do. So here's the manual. It's a drift package MR40C's SDCM. I sold my other RC and got this and assembled it, and it's so good. It's not really that hard when you kind of understand it, but it takes me 4 months to do this, and it's awesome. There you go. If you wanna understand that thing and stuff, there. I always do this. This is my life cycle. RC, 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 RC. And this is the one which is really complicated. That thing is the most complicated. Every word, every single part you need to have, or your work is dumb shoots. And I'm actually not really done, and I scratched a few of them. So after 4 months, this is what I did. I hope you can see that thing more. Yep, that's my RC, which I did build. Have a couple of problems which I cannot just use the plier. And the one which is awesome about drift cars and touring cars, you can convert them into drift cars and touring cars. And I've got a 1000 milliamp nickel metal high drive, which is good, and nearly done with it. Just some tune and ready to go. So let me demonstrate. That's the pinion gear, the small gear there. That's the bigger pinion gear, and that's the brushless motor. No, I'm actually wrong. That's the brush motor, heat sink, pinion gear, and the plastic stuff. And that is the metal drive shaft. I've got a 27 megahertz, which is good for drifting. And I got it from an old Kia. There you go. That's the RC stuff. It's not really it's big, heavy, but when you just understand when to move and when to start, that's actually awesome. So awesome. And I've got myself some tires. This is actually used. I didn't buy some new ones, but the touring car rims are used, but the tires are new, so that's awesome. And this is the key, the very thing you need about tires. It's a cross thing, and you can see, if you know drive shafts, you can see that's the brake, and when I turn that thing, that's actually the drive shaft, and that's a really smart one. And I did some few stuff. That's a self-tapping Phillips screwdriver, so it won't flap because I lost the one screw. And I spent 1 month on how to do the wires. I've got soldering. The hardest one is to assemble the that thing. Transmission case assembly and pinions, and transmission case assembly, pinion 2, and the front transmission case, front and rear chassis brace installation. That's the hardest part. So, but after that thing, when I just run it today, it is perfect. I've got also an old 8086, because I don't actually need some new ones. So if you're gonna tell, that's a 1/8 scale body, but it's not. It's a scaling it's a scaling RC which has a crack. It's pretty much cheap, so I just bought it. And after everything that I have perfectly tuned up and I know how to disassemble and stuff, I'm gonna upgrade to a brushless motor. And I've got, look at the thing. Guess what? That's a whole God, I stabbed myself. A aluminum fork or something like that. It's awesome. I spend lots of time to do this thing, and after, what the hell? I think yep, I think that's perfect. Self-tapping. Yep, I think I've got pretty much. I'm gonna run this tomorrow, and I'm actually pretty excited. And if Gary Rooney is hearing this, I'm sorry about what I did. So that's the normal stuff. I got 27 megahertz. So I'm gonna make a running video about this, and I'm gonna go to the park. Not the park, cause I don't wanna people stole my 4 months stuff, which I did. And I'm gonna go to the Aquarius Park if I'm allowed there. So that's pretty much all. And I got some. That's actually custom painted by me. If you wanna get parts from Yokomo, the what you call that? Mark's Model told me it's great on eBay.ie, and you just put the numbers on it, like SD 300, SD /302, SD blah blah blah. You can get stuff there, and I got the rims there. The tires, which is actually Falcon Easy Bleach. Not there's two kind of bleach. So I'm gonna make this a 10 minutes video, and I'm gonna try. Wow, that's a great bronze. And the motor is I think a 15 turn motor, which is actually really cheap. I got them for 40 quid. And pinion gears, rims, stuff, transmission case, drive shaft, screws, and disc blocks are the hardest stuff. Even everything, and by the way, it's if I didn't mention this, you can get this in eBay.ie or from I think you can actually just use Google Translate and go to yokomo.com, and there's like a million Japanese words, and I did actually read some of them, but some is hard. So that's the Yokomo stuff, and that's all what I did for straight 4 months. And it is actually 1 o'clock. And I'm gonna finish this today, and I'm gonna run it. And after that, I'm gonna be the champion. And I need to do some cleaning, because I did leave this thing for about 5 weeks. Because I kind-ish lose interest in it, and just got back from my hobby, and I'm glad I didn't lose everything. And if you think I'm weird, I'm not. I'm trying my best to get everything to get the stuff to the stuff. And this is the chassis, no electronics include, is 243 euros. The electronics, which I just bought for basics, were about 100 quid. The servo saver and the ESC are made from Tamiya, and the there's a servo saver, and the ESC is from Techniplus. It's a 4-channel stuff, which is actually good. I do much prefer the the stick shift or something like that, because it's easy to drift, and it's 10 minutes, and I'm gonna take ages. And if you can actually see inside there, what the hell, pretty much get reversed. This whole part is the complicated ones. The back are actually kind of easy, because in the front you've got 10 pinions, 40 screws, the other are self-tapping screws, which are 5, and I did set up this to the drift mode, and I've got the touring car. Let me show you the difference between touring car and a drift tires. The special about these things, you can get drift. If you buy a touring car, I think it's pretty much good when you start a touring car. You just need to buy some tires or some wheels. So if you can see, that is pure plastic. This is pure rubber. You can just adjust the suspension setup, the fork setup, and that's all. So if you can see here, that's a pure rubber with some foam inserts there, and this is a pure plastic. Pure plastic. So I've got some damages, but I do like these wheels, except for the red ones. And in touring car, you can actually go, the top speed of this thing, I think 20 to 25 miles an hour, can go on a touring car setup. And if you go to a drift car setup, you can go lower than that, like 20 miles an hour. So it's awesome. Touring car, drift car. So I do have the touring. Oh shoot, nearly. I've got the touring car setup, which the wheels are actually in that thing, and I've got rubbers. I did run this today, which is awesome. I have pretty much fun, and I'm gonna wait a second. Yep, it's a nickel hydro, and I think I'm gonna get a LiPo pack if the ESC are compatible with. Speed control is compatible with LiPo pack, or I'm just gonna put a 3000 milliamp nickel